Hello, my fellow warriors of light. Ace here, giving it to you straight with our third current energy update. The last 3 or 4 days has been intense. The planet has been being blasted nonstop with photonic energy from the central sun. The back of our planet's being hit. Our actual sun is pushing out solar storms. So our planet's being hit from both sides of the energy. And I've been feeling it. I have been struggling the last 4 days physically. It has been like walking through quicksand. It feels like some days my body feels great and my mind feels like I'm in a fish tank, or my head feels like I'm in a fish bowl. And there's other times where my mind is super clear and I can't even get out of bed because my body's so lethargic. And what's even more incredible about this energy coming onto the planet is I can literally feel it. I can literally feel the waves of energy. My body has been unlocking the light codes in it. And you know that's happening when you start getting those tingles everywhere. I call them body-gasms. It's out of nowhere. Sometimes at the base of your spine where the kundalini is, it'll start to vibrate. It'll feel like my pores are opening up, like I'm getting goosebumps. And I know it's just more waves of photonic energy coming through me and then unlocking the light codes in my DNA that I'm able to activate through my path of being human, through my meditative practices, through my diet, and through this ascension path. I'm now in a place where things are coming online very quickly. I'm gaining deeper and deeper meditations. I'm starting to connect to higher and higher channelings and channels. And it's just very, very intriguing, especially if you look at what's happening geopolitically, where we thought we were on January 20th and where we are today. It's not looking like it's the end of the world. It's not looking like it was given to us on a silver platter like we were expecting. So there's a lot happening on the planet right now. There's a lot happening within our world. And I think that's why it's important more now than ever that we have to take care of ourselves. Because if I would have beat myself up the last 4 days about how I was feeling, it could have turned into a 2 or 3 week rabbit hole. That's what I'm learning these depressions and anxieties and all these things is us not listening to our bodies as we're going through these massive upgrades, these intense changes. And what's happening is our bodies are shifting and changing and evolving, and we're kicking and screaming because we want things to stay the same, because we're uncomfortable, because we don't feel very good. And we keep having these expectations that we need to be further than we are. We keep having these expectations that we're not going to go through this ascension because we've gone through it. But in reality, we've already ascended. We're already ascended beings. Now we're just kind of shepherding this body and those around us with knowledge and resource and information. What's really going on, because every human is ascending. We're either ascending or we're exiting. And that's what we're seeing a lot with this coronavirus. With the coronavirus pandemic and all the deaths that have occurred and all of the sicknesses and all of the things that were going on with that, we're seeing a lot of people's bodies, I believe, not being able to handle the energy being blasted onto the planet, all of the 5G technology that's being rolled out, and the EMF frequency disturbances is causing people to get really sick. And their immune system's compromised as their bodies are getting used to the new electromagnetic frequencies, or they're exiting. Or they're just exiting anyway and it's being concluded that it was C-19, right? Anyway, so just be easy on yourselves. Seriously, be easy on yourselves. Rest when you need to rest, meditate, drink lots of water. Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is an amazing supplement for this ascension. And I don't know how I kind of discovered it. I made an assumption, and it ended up being correct, where I looked at it like this. I said, if my body's bringing in more light, and chlorophyll is what plants use for photosynthesis to turn sunlight into energy, then wouldn't it make sense that I would take chlorophyll to be able to digest all this light that's coming in? And I'm telling you, it's a very, very powerful supplement. It's helped me a lot over the last 100 to 200 days that I've been taking it. And it turns out that chlorophyll also helps you break down the cell walls of plants. So if you're now moving into a vegetarian diet, if you're moving into a vegan diet, and you eat a lot of cell plants, a lot of green vegetables, Chlorophyll is really good for that, to help break down those cell walls so that you're getting more out of your vegetables and you're not spending all day digesting, because there's a lot of fiber in there, right? So I wanted to jump on real quick. I didn't want to make it too long of a video. I just want to make these energy updates for y'all real quick, so I think maybe you can see that you're not the only one going through what you're going through, feeling how you're feeling. I found myself kind of alone on an island a lot earlier in 2020, when it felt like I was just crazy and I was losing my mind. And then all of a sudden I started doing research. I started finding more communities of ascended beings like me, or ascending beings like me. And from there I started to be validated on what I was going through. And instead of judging it and trying to be somewhere I wasn't, I started accepting it, accepting myself for where I was on this path, accepting myself for where I am on this journey. And because of that, I've now surrendered into my ascension. And because of that, I'm exponentially growing, I'm exponentially healing, and it's not as painful as it was. Because the last 4 days have been really painful, guys. I've been really lethargic, bloated. My head's been loopy. I felt like I felt in the past when I used to judge myself, thinking it was a PTSD fit, thinking it was depression, it was an anxiety fit. And I'm realizing that I think we've just been going through this ascension the last 4 years, and our bodies have not been used to it, especially if we haven't been putting the right things in it to help support it through this. And I think that's where a lot of our pain and suffering comes from, is that our bodies are evolving. We're trying to stay the same with the same diet, the same water intake, the same alcohol intake, the same psychotropic drugs, pharmaceuticals, all those things. That's not allowing our light body to break through all of the dense 3D aspects of us, kind of like the fat and the scar tissue and the fascia and all those things that we built. We built that armor almost in a way over the last how many ever years, and that's what we're shedding. We're literally physically shedding the fat muscle armor that we've built to try to survive on this planet as empathic beings, as sensitive beings. And now we're at a point where we need to be lighter, physically lighter, lighter in our minds, lighter in our hearts, lighter in this body. And that may mean going through your past trauma to release all that emotional toxicity, because I was holding on to 27 pounds, 25 to 27 pounds of emotional toxicity since I was however old. I couldn't tell you. So if you get to a plateau in your weight loss and you know there's more to go, that's most likely emotional toxicity. And looking at your past, self-reflection, going to therapy really helps. Changing your diet really helps. And this dirt product, oh, I did this again. I keep doing this. But this dirt product, again, will really help you all with that. So I'll leave the dirt product link below. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you have an even better evening. And I hope that you realize that we're all going through this together in our own way. So be easy on yourself. Love yourself some more. Feed yourself with love and light. Watch some positive content today. Listen to some music. Dance outside. Get in the sun. Sit by a tree. Ground. Do those things for yourself. And I promise you that you will start feeling better immediately. I love you all. Goodbye.